All right, so let's get into Jesus stuff and then I'll stop talking. But Tina, on chapter 13, he talks about the kingdom within, the kingdom of heaven being within. And I'd love to read that paragraph and see if he could elaborate on this.
Mhm.
He says, again, the principle I was teaching in my ministry is that the kingdom of heaven is within. The kingdom of heaven is the idea that your world is exactly as you want it, full of love, wonderful relationships, abundance, and joy. That kingdom is contained within your mind, just as the resistance to that kingdom is contained within your mind. I think that is so powerful. So it would be lovely if he could address that.
This is really a Course in Miracles in a nutshell. This is what it's
Mhm.
all about, right?
Yes.
Let's see what he has to say. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. So first of all, we want to thank you for bringing this conversation to the world. This is a very, very important conversation, and we are actually going to ask our dear one to post this on public forums, because this really is what people need to understand right now. You can see the outrage that people have when they observe the world, the suffering here, the politics there, the influence of media is really playing out at this time on your planet, and it is amping up for a reason. It's amping up because as long as you are looking outside of yourself and blaming somebody for the woes of the world, you are not looking inside where the treasure lies. And this is why media outlets are implementing a barrage of worldly information at this time, because as the ascension continues, it is imperative for you to go inside. And the louder the outside gets, the easier it is for you not to go inside. We want all of you to think about what it is that's upsetting you in the world this week. Well, guess what? That is your desire. You've put the things that upset you out in the world so that you don't have to look at that part of your interior world. The world has been designed by you, and you will deny this. You will say, no, it is not. It is the European Union. It is Trump. It is the Gaza war. No, 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 no. It is you. If you were not intrigued by war, you wouldn't be looking at it. If you were not offended by wealth and power, you would not be looking at it. If you were not entrenched in the belief that you are powerless, you would not fear government institutions treating you as if you're powerless. If you are firmly entrenched in the belief that you are powerful beyond measure, which is the truth, then you would poo-poo anybody who was going to try and control you. You would say, I am the captain of my ship, regardless of what looks like it is happening outside. I am the one who determines my frequency. I am the one who determines my decisions, my thoughts, my focus, my intent. And that is how worlds are made. You literally make your own world, and you have literally made your own world, but you deny it. You deny it because of the ignorance of this principle. And you deny it because the reason you are here in separation, in a body, shaking your fist at the bad character that you think is the most bad character, the reason that you are doing that is because that's an inherent part of your psyche at this time. And that is why you are in an incarnation. You are in this third density because you have not yet made the decision for love. You are in a separate body that seems to sicken and die because you have not yet made the 100% decision for love and non-judgment. And so we want you to truly grasp this, that as you all watch what is going on in the world, the chaos, the demonstrations, the political shenanigans, the financial shenanigans, these are all of the worldly idols that you as a collective are working on letting go of. And this is why it is so intense right now, because the power for transformation lies within your own heart and mind. Body, mind, spirit. You are body, mind, spirit. You have all of the things that you need to experience heaven on earth. And for those of you that experience peace, despite the world being crazy right now, and we'll tell you, it's always been crazy. You've had the Roman Empire, you've had the Vikings, you've had the Black Plague, you've had World War I and World War II. Do you think any of those things were less chaotic, less painful, less distressing? Just think about those mass events. This is the way the world looks. This is the ego's playground, and you will forget it when your thing has been triggered. Because when your thing has been triggered, the suffering over there, the finances over there, the power plays there. When you're lured into the world away from your internal process, your forgiveness work, your creativity, your self-expression, that's your thing. And you know it's your thing because you get angry. You know it's your thing because you feel sad. You know it's your thing because you are unreasonable about it. You're arguing with people about it. So we want you to truly grasp that the kingdom of heaven is within you is exactly this: mastering your thoughts, mastering your understanding of what feelings are. When you have a thought that is untrue, you are going to, if you believe it, you are going to suffer. That means that you are not in alignment with truth. So love is truth, God is truth, spirit is truth, and truth is true, and the illusion is untrue. So if you go into, for example, and this is going to trigger some people, and we understand that that's difficult for you when we say something that upsets you, but this is the whole point. When we say something that upsets you, we are revealing to you something that's unfinished in you yet. You haven't reconciled this yet. For example, when you see lots of numbers of people dying, being killed, and you feel intense grief over it, and you watch it and you consume it, you are watching it and consuming it because it's feeding a belief in you that death is wrong, that this shouldn't be happening. And of course, the compassionate part of your mind says, but Jesus, of course this shouldn't be happening. This kind of death toll should not be happening. But we will say to you, this is the ego's playground. This is where all souls come to play out their decision for life or death. Life is choosing love. Death is choosing war and destruction. And we want to remind you that the beings that are involved in these disputes, these kinetic wars, as you call them, they are working out their beliefs around life and death. Third density or fourth density, they are choosing whether or not to participate in vengeance and war. That's what they're choosing in this incarnation. And those of you that see it as wrong are, in fact, trying to play God. You're trying to play God in saying that this should not be happening. And ideally, it shouldn't be happening. Souls would not come in to an incarnation full of vengeance and hatred and a belief in attack and war. But they do. They come in with that from other incarnations. You have beings who have been soldiers for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and their karmic history determines that they will be born into a war zone. And so they are born into a war zone. And it is not until they change their interior workings that they will be able to shift and change being born into a war zone into being born into a peaceful place. Now, some of you will say, well, they can't leave a war zone. They are imprisoned. It's not up to them. They cannot choose anything differently, but they can, in their minds, say, I do not want to continue this battle on another generation. I am going to do my very best to not participate in attack anymore, even though for generations my family has been participating in attack. I am going to change my mind. Now, as long as somebody is focusing on, let's say, a particular zone of war, but you are on your couch in Connecticut or you are on your deck in England, you are living a peaceful life, you actually have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about because you, in your relative peace, have been born into a place and time, and through your own decisions and internal processes, you have created the place where you are. Now, if you look at individual lives without taking into anyone's consideration karmic history, this world makes no sense. And you have to have a deep spiritual understanding to truly comprehend what the kingdom of heaven is within means. It means that you can be sitting on a tropical beach with a Mai Tai in hand and be in hell because you have a resentment. You hate someone. You are in a acrimonious divorce and you are crying into your Mai Tai. And you can say to yourself in that situation, it is not the outside world that makes you happy. It is the internal condition. So the kingdom of heaven is within because it is there, it is within that you choose love over death. Because you have life and love and you have death and hatred. Those are your two choices. There is one road. You are walking in one direction or another. It is not complicated. If you look to the outside world to make you happy, it will not make you happy. If you look to the inside of your own consciousness and look where you are warring, look where you are feeling guilty, look where you are feeling judgmental, look where you are hating a figure, a political figure, a system outside of yourself, that is what is going to cause you to feel awful, and you will blame it on the world. You will say, if that person wasn't doing that thing, if that government wasn't doing that thing, then I could be at peace. No. If you believe in those things, they will always show up. The war may show up on your social media feed, or it may show up in the neighbor that moves in next door. If you believe in attack and you believe in a judgment and you believe in guilt, then you are participating in the miscreation that you claim to hate so much. So here we say, the kingdom of heaven is within does not mean that you do not participate in the world. What it means is when you go out into the world, because you have done your Course in Miracles lessons, you are actively doing your forgiveness work with the resentments in your mind, you are going to encounter a different world than if you were believing in the world. Being in the world, but not of the world. That is what that saying means. Is yes, you are doing your work and you are talking to the lady at the post office and you are going to the gas station and interacting with people and you have children that you're talking to. You are participating in the world, but you are not believing in it the way you used to. And it's a process. It is a process of relinquishing your belief in the world and the body. And that is what we are about here. That is what we taught 2,000 years ago, and that is what we are teaching now. It does not mean that you hate the world. Being in the world but not of the world does not mean that you hate the world. It means that you see it for what it is. It is the ego's playground, and you understand, if I need something, let me go within. Where am I off track? Where am I upset with someone? Where am I constantly watching a particular movie of the world? It could be the political system. It could be demonstrations here or there. It could be another country where you are obsessed, and understand, oh, I'm obsessed with it because I want to see it. If I did not want to see it, I would not be tuning into it. I would be writing that book that I've always wanted to write. I would be painting my kitchen cupboards. I would be out walking my dog. I would be creating something that is fun and exciting and is bubbling up from within me because it's not held down by the lower frequencies of judgment and victimhood, let us say. So the kingdom of heaven is within you. You are training yourselves, but we want you today to understand that there are aspects that you are ignoring, the ones that trigger you, the ones that upset you. And that is as it should be. It is a process. You do not leap from ignorance to enlightenment in a year or 10 years. You do it over a lifetime. And you are blessed, dear ones. You are blessed because this incarnation is where you are being given the most intense lessons. And in that intensity, you are being given the greatest opportunity for growth. So if you can forgive this world, this crazy old world that you see, that is being pumped into your mind constantly, if you allow it, this is the greatest opportunity for consciousness expansion that you have ever been given in a very, very long time. So be grateful that you have a massive forgiveness practice regarding the wars, that you have a massive forgiveness practice regarding your current government, that you have a massive forgiveness practice regarding your beliefs about the climate, whatever it is that upsets you. That is the thing for you to forgive. And in that forgiveness practice, which is happening within you, you will make a huge leap into your next level of consciousness. So use the thing that you can't let go of as your forgiveness practice right now and climb that escarpment of consciousness evolution, and you will find a plateau of peace. And trust us, that is where you want to be.
Thank you, Tina.